Orlando. Orlando. What's the significance of Orlando? The significance of Orlando. So I'm going to try and put this. Can I put this up here? Oops, this is not really going to work. It's not going to work. I'm not meant to be here, guys. It's just not going to work. Hats don't fit on my head. So surely we can work this out, guys. I'm meant to be on airplanes at the moment. Oh, gosh, Helen, what are you doing? On my way to Orlando. So I wouldn't ordinarily be live with you right about now because I should be on a plane. Where would I be now? I would have had my first flight from Adelaide to Brisbane. So that's two different cities in Australia. And I would just be leaving Brisbane to go to LA. So I would just have commenced probably a 15 and a half hour flight to LA. And then I would be on my way to Orlando. But as we know, no one is just not going to work, is it? My big head. We'll go with that. Does that look a little bit funny? We're going to Orlando today. So I'm meant to be on my way to a workshop in Orlando. As we speak, I should be on an aeroplane. But as we all know, travel, all kinds of travel for the next few months is completely on hold. So here I am. The beautiful thing for you guys is I'm able to do things in the next few months that I wouldn't be able to with all the travel that I had on. So we're starting a video challenge on May 1st. We're starting the branding course, Build Your Brand on Facebook next week. What else am I going to got? My birthday special on. So there's all sorts of things that I'm bringing to you guys that I wouldn't ordinarily be because I'm actually here. But I am very sad. I'm sad for the fact that I'm not attending the workshop that I was planning to attend, and I'm sad that I'm not seeing my my online entrepreneur buddies over in Orlando. But the interesting thing is, so I probably won't be going live at the end of the week because they're still doing the workshop virtual. But for me, I put a post up on this on my personal profile a couple of hours ago. For me, the training starts at 12:30 a.m. and finishes at 8:30 a.m. So Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, somehow I have to try to stay awake from 12:30 a.m. right through to 8:30 a.m. to do this workshop training virtually. So it's going to be interesting. So I'm grateful to have the opportunity to attend it virtually. I'm just not sure how the hell I'm going to stay awake. So yeah, up at night, sleep by day. We'll see how we go. But how is everyone going? That's my little experience for the day. I did want to share with you a few things. It's all in the description above. My birthday special. Any of you that want to get your hands on about $5,000 worth of training, all my boot camps, I'm giving you access for a full 7 days for $1. So that's up above, or discounted lifetime membership. Or those of you that are already in my coaching community and you want to become a lifetime member, discounted even further than new people. The branding course, if you haven't got your brand sorted out yet, guys, then work with me for the next few weeks on our branding course. Details are above. Current online crew coaching members get a $50 discount to that. So let me know if you need the link for that. And what's the other thing coming up? The video challenge. The video challenge, free, 21 days, learn to master live video starting on the 1st of May. The group is reopen again. So that's up above. So how is everybody? That's what's going on in my part of the world. What's going on for you guys? Who have we got here? We've got Heather. Hello. Good to see you on. Hello, Gloria. She's a life member of our coaching community, as it is Edith. What is it with you, Edith? I always struggle with your name for some reason. Good to see you here, Crystal. Crystal's also a member of our coaching community. Hello, Susan. How are you? You should be going there. I wish I was, but no one's going anywhere. Nice hats. It just really doesn't fit on top of my captain's hat, but who cares? It doesn't matter. Hello, Olive. How are you? Life member of our coaching community. You've got way too much hair. I don't know. I can't wear caps. They don't sit on my head. They sit on and then they go bing, and they pop off again. Looks athletic. Well, there you go. Don't be deceived. Hello, Cindy. How are you? Good morning, Patricia. No one is going anywhere on a plane right now, that's for sure. And to be honest with you, I'd rather stay home and be safe, with what's going on. I mean, planes aren't flying anyway, but, if it keeps people safe to stop people traveling, then that's really our priority right about now. We're sure happy to see you, Helen Martin. So, yeah, at least I'm here live with you guys. Hi, Tammy. How are you? I'm in for the next video challenge. Awesome, Crystal. Look forward to that. Hello, Judy and Bob. How are you? Hi, Beth. Hi, Laurie. What a dork. Thank you, Laurie. Love you too. That is a challenge in itself, staying awake at night. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what kind of state I'm going to be in next week, guys. Let's just put it that way. I can't imagine stay awake. That will throw you off for a bit. Yeah, like Laurie and I were talking about it via social media before. Like it immediately makes me think of shift workers. Like if especially those working in essential services at the moment, if you work in a hospital and things like that, like you might be doing shift work. And I think I'd rather be on my feet working and moving if I have to stay awake between 12:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. rather than trying to stay awake in front of my computer watching a live training. It's just, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I will do my best, because what I learn, then I pass on to some other people, maybe. Hello, High Five Mike. How are you? We love seeing you as much as we can, Helen. I could talk with you all day. That's awesome. Thank you, Crystal. High Five Mike, thank you for the training yesterday. My favoritist mentor. Thank you, Mike. I'm glad it was a useful discussion. Taking the branding course. Take the branding course if you haven't yet. It's the best and so worth it. It is. She knows. She was in one of the early courses. Idiot. Hello, Tay. I'm not quite sure if it's Tar or Tay, or you have to let me know. Write it out somehow. Enjoy the extra with your family. Exactly, Heather. Florida had a big breakout of COVID yesterday. Did it really? You're better off safe and home with your family. Thank you, Susan. I didn't know that. Thank you very much for the birthday messages. Don't forget to take advantage of my birthday specials. I love you. We are way too much alike sometimes. Yes, we are. My hubby works from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Oh, how does he do that? Yeah, Susan's one of our new wave marketers in the VIP program. So as others on live, so that's cool too. So let's get into the content. What I wanted to share with you today is information from a guy called Andrew Hutchinson, and he is a established and award-winning writer, blogger regarding social media space, so social media management and marketing and stuff like that. And he brought out this article last week regarding the importance of personal branding at this point in time, like in 2020 right now, when we are on this, in this environment that we are in. What's so important about it. So a couple of things is the key benefits of it, but how do we actually, really sort of do it, and what can we hone in on as far as that personal branding? So I wanted to share that with you guys because it's just everything that I know, breathe, love, and from my own personal journey. Building a personal brand was the best thing I ever could have done, and live video. So the combination of building a personal brand and live video, like your content creation, is to me, like when you get it right, like the winning formula. So if you're on social media and you're just posting here, there, and everywhere, then not only is it sort of confusing, people don't really know what you're about. So it's something that you really want to take seriously, and now is the time to do it if you haven't done it yet. Okay, so we know it's a no-brainer to know that people are at home more now. They're on their devices more than ever. So even though we're kind of heading towards massive economic downturn, social media platforms are skyrocketing. Engagement is skyrocketing. People are coming out of the woodwork to do things on social media and build their presence and, their online profiles and, personal brands and stuff like that. So this is the time that you don't want to let pass you by. This is a time to build your personal brand when you've got a captive audience. There's a lot more people online because they don't really have a choice. And you want a proportion of those eyeballs on you. You want to be building know, like, and trust with those people, so therefore they will buy something off you somewhere along the line. Would you like that? Would you like more eyeballs on you on your social media? Would you like more of a captive audience on your business page so that you can build up that know, like, and trust, and then there will become a lead and buy something off you? Is that something that you are striving for in your business? If you are, now is the time to up your game. Okay, so I want to share with you, these things that Andrew was saying in his article, so you can take this on board as to whether you're currently doing this or not, or which maybe where you need to concentrate more on for yourself in your business with, preferably a business page. You can, to some degree, build a bit of a brand on a personal profile. So how you do that is maybe you've got an interest or a hobby or something that, you really like or you can help people with. Maybe like in this industry, it could be like in the health and wellness industry. So you can start building a bit of a profile on your personal page that you like health and wellness tips. You like giving out, tips on exercise or recipes or something like that. Like if people can get a sense of what you're into. So if you are into health and wellness, or you're into jewelry, or you're into the online world, or you're into finance, what are you into? What does your business represent? And I would highly encourage you to be posting on your personal profile around that space. So when people look at you, they connect you with something. So they might connect you with somebody who's got an interest in health and wellness. They might connect you with somebody who's got an interest in fashion. They might connect you with somebody who's got an interest in travel, or finance tips or whatever. Like you can't create that kind of impression and kind of a personal brand there unless you're posting about those things over and over and over again. So there's one little clue for you on what you could do on your personal profile without offending against Facebook's policies, because you're not allowed to build a business or seem to be building a business on your personal profile. If you're doing that, you're putting yourself at huge risk with Facebook of being shut down, because it's just blatantly against their policies. Okay. Then we've got the business page. So those of you that are serious about building a business online, then we really want to be building business pages because of the reach that you can get, the audience that you can have in front of you, the value that you can give to those people, the advertising that you might choose to do somewhere in the future, although you don't have to, you can build organically, but you can also use paid strategies as well through a business page, which you can't do through a personal profile. So it's all of those kind of things. So what Andrew is saying, some of the key benefits of building a personal brand now, or maybe you've started one, but really pushing it now. Okay, really emphasizing this now. So setting up your personal brand is what sets you apart. So especially you're in the industry of network marketing, MLM, those kind of things, your company is the same for everybody that's in it. So there could be thousands of people in your particular company. Everybody's offering the same things, but what sets you apart? Why would somebody buy something off you versus somebody else? Your personal brand sets you apart from everybody else in the world. Your personal brand is you. Your personal brand is the wacky, crazy things that you might do, or your personality, or your interests, or something you create, silly things like this. Oh, now it's stuck there. So we'll get rid of Orlando for a minute. We're not going to Orlando. Orlando's out the window, maybe somewhere in the future. But it's what sets you apart and keeps people following you is being you. So some of you might be sitting there going, but I'm not very exciting. I don't lead an exciting life. I'm in lockdown with my kids in my pajamas most of the time. Like, what am I going to share? So this is what you need to learn about branding, because you can give so much value on to represent what your brand is. But if you don't know what your brand is, it's going to be really hard for you to hone in on that. Okay. Andrew was also saying your personal brand allows you to bring attention to you, your business, and the products and services that you offer. So what are you offering? And when you set up a personal brand around that, of the benefits of the things that you are offering, then you're likely to get more buyers, more leads when done well. Okay, so a personal brand allows you to do that when done well. You've just got to work out how to do it well. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Having a strong personal brand can cement your status as a thought leader. Have you heard of that term in the online world, guys? Thought leader. It's a bit of a buzzword that's been going around for the last sort of, few years, if you like. Somebody's a thought leader, which is just, elevating somebody's profile on social media that has really interesting and creative and valuable information to share to others. That's really sort of all it is. So you want to position yourself on social media to be a thought leader. You want to position yourself in social media to be somebody of credibility and authority. Even if you don't think you have it yet, you can create it by using other people's content. You could use an exposure agent. That's a conversation for another day, to help provide the resources and training and value that you can ride on the back of. There are so many ways that you can raise your influence on social media, okay? But you've got to love on your people. Those of you with a business page, how much attention do you provide to the people that are there? How much engagement do you have with them? How many times do you ask them regarding their opinions and things like that? Like, do you really love on your audience? Or is it just there? Is your page just there? Are you just going through the motions of doing what you're told with how to build a business online? Set up a business page, do some Facebook Lives, put some posts out there, and, just hoping you throw some mud up against a brick wall and that, people will flock to you. So there is a lot that makes a personal brand. So what kind of effort are you putting into your personal brand? Because when you put the effort in and you create like a sense of community and people know that they belong on your page and that what you're sharing with them is information that's going to help them, then you're going to start to make a difference and stand out from the crowd. So that's what this is all about. So it also increases your ability to social sell. So social sell is basically raising your influence on social media and selling via social media, like having people join your business through social media. So most of the people that you might sell to in the future are potentially strangers to you, but you meet them through social media because of the brand that you create. Okay, so how do we do this? How do you elevate your brand? How do you increase your influence? How do you stand out from the crowd? There's lots of things that are important here, but I'm just going to share with you what Andrew was saying that is important now, right now, with personal branding. Okay, so this is his thoughts, not mine, although I agree with his thoughts. Okay, so his thoughts: always be visible in the forefront of your audience's feeds. You can't create something on social media and disappear and come back and disappear and come back and disappear and come back. If you want to really elevate your influence and authority online and you want to stand out from the crowd, you've got to have that visibility consistently. So make a decision to show up and show up all the time. Even when no one is there with you, or you're doing live videos and it's a big fat zero and no one's watching you, people catch replays. People might be drawn to your page for some other reason and they're scrolling through your newsfeed and they come across your video. So it's not always about the live, viewer, those kind of things, but always being visible in some sort of way, okay? Display a genuine interest and passion for your content. Are you just going through the motions of delivering content or putting up inspirational quotes or just getting something out there because you're just going through the motions, or have you got passion behind what you do? Are you really into the content that you're delivering? Are you really concrete about what it is that you're doing on social media and the value that you're bringing to the marketplace? If you're not, you haven't established your brand yet. So this is what you need to mull over in your mind. Are you talking about too many different things? You need to niche down what it is that you want to offer to your audience and make that crystal clear in your branding on your page. Okay, is this making sense? Are you following along with me here? So for those of you that are quite cluey to branding, this should be going, yep, get it, yep, get it, I'm on it, I'm doing that, I'm awesome, everything's going well, I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. For those of you that are not in that boat, hopefully there's some things that I'm going to mention here that are going to be thought-provoking for you to up your game. If you can't up your game now in this environment that we are in, then you are losing opportunities, because there are more eyeballs on social media. You've got a huge opportunity here to build your personal brand. So one, do you know what that is? And if you have established your personal brand, up your game with your content, up your game with your engagement, up your game with your interaction. Any of you doing Facebook ads, up your game with your ads. It's a perfect time to advertise at the moment. Just be careful with that you don't offend against Facebook policies, because we're not the favorite industry, as far as, Facebook goes and Facebook advertising. So you need to be very careful about your wording. And don't use wording in your ads like COVID-19. Don't use, words in your ads like, virus and things like that. Like, just don't put yourself in the firing line, guys, okay? So other tips from Andrew. Advocate for something. What are you advocating for? This is what a personal brand is. What is it that you are advocating for to your audience to help them with whatever they are struggling with? I advocate for home-based business owners bringing their business online. That's what I advocate for. I continually talk on this page about tips, strategies, things to help you build your business online. I'm advocating for you guys to build a business online successfully. That's what my whole mantra is about, what I'm here for, what my brand is all about. I'm continuously researching things to bring to you guys to help you build your business online. That's what I advocate for. What do you advocate for? Can you answer that like that? If you can't answer that like that, you don't know what you advocate for. You might need to hone in on your brand. Okay, if you need help with this stuff, join us next week in the Build Your Brand course. Those that are already in there, come and revisit your brand with me. People that are already in there, you can join, the current course as well. Okay, so advocate for something and, be really clear about what that is to your network and to your audience. Okay. The other thing he said at the moment that's really important is create original content. So it might not be original content as in relation to what you're saying, like the information may have come from somewhere else. And let's face it, guys, most information has been said before. Most of the things that you say or give value on social media have been said somewhere else before. Innovators are a very small amount of people in the world. So most things that we talk about and give value on have been said by somebody else before. So when we say original content, it's like your own posts, your own videos, your own thoughts. So you can get your content from other sources, but deliver it from you. You don't want a page full of shared content because it's going to let down your Facebook algorithm and it's not originally you. So we want you to have original content from you as far as your thoughts and words on a post or your videos, not somebody else's videos that you're sharing. Does that make sense, guys? So I just don't want you to get confused with original content, because some of you will sit there and go, well, I don't know anything. I'm just learning. I'm not really sure what kind of content I can put out. It's not necessarily that the content is originally yours. It's that it's delivered originally by you. Okay, this is your personal brand. Use the opportunity that we have right now in this environment to raise your personal brand, okay? And the last thing he's saying, and I say this all the time, engage with your network, engage with your audience, draw them in, create a sense of community. Let your audience get familiar with you. Don't be afraid to let the walls down. Let people know what your interests are. Let people know what it is that you like to do. Like I love traveling. I'm bummed that I'm not going to Orlando today, but it is what it is. Like, I love traveling. I love margaritas. You guys know that about me. I like my gin too. Like you guys know certain things about me because I'm raw and authentic and I just share with you whatever I share with you. So you want to, when you're building a personal brand, you want people to get familiar with you as a person. Yes, you're there for business reasons. If you've got a business page, it's for business purposes. But letting your walls down and letting people into your life is all about the familiarity of you as a personal brand. That's what people get drawn into. So when you seem like a real person, you're authentic, you care, you're passionate, you're giving good value out to people, then this is how we elevate our personal brand. So we really want to have a strong message as to, what it is that you advocate for. What is it that you're teaching people? What is it when somebody comes to your page that they know, oh, I'm going to get some help here. This is exactly what I'm looking for. This is the kind of training that I'm looking for. Like, that's what you want from your audience. You want them to know what it is that you do and you teach and you give value on. So it's much more than just something like you're in this industry and it's, ditch the 9 to 5, then live the life of your dreams. It's like, yes, that's what we all want. That's what majority of people in the population want. But what are you actually giving them? What are you teaching them? What do you stand for? What do you advocate for? So really answer those questions, for yourself. And I'll always come back to this saying, the more valuable you are on social media, the more money you are going to make. So think about that, like really think about that. The more valuable you are. So how do you stand out from the crowd? What is your personal brand going to develop into that you stand out from the crowd? And be careful, those of you that are in, like health and wellness and things like that, that your page doesn't look like everybody else's page. You want to have some kind of individuality of your personal brand, because that's what makes you stand out from the crowd. Does this make sense, guys? Are you following along with me here? I hope those of you listening that are already building a personal brand, that you know what you're advocating for people. And that's the value that you're bringing on your page. For those of you that don't, sort it out, and sort it out now. Because this is the perfect time for you to be building this personal brand when you know what you're advocating for, you know the kind of content that you're delivering to the market, those kind of things. Otherwise, people are going to be confused by you. They're not going to know what you're really talking about. They're not even going to know what you're offering. I'm going to talk about content creation a little bit later in the week. Tomorrow, actually, I think. So I'll give you some ideas around this, but now is the time, like Andrew was saying in this article, there has never been a better time to build your personal brand. And if you're not doing it at a time like this, then you're missing massive opportunities. And if we don't do this now, and you try to do it in a few years' time, when you look back and going, I really should have built out that personal brand of mine a few years ago, because now everybody's doing it, because everybody's online, because we went through this COVID thing, a year ago or 2 years ago, and then everybody just flocked to the online world. I really missed the boat. You don't want that to be you. And the whole purpose of this for our industry is, I just want to really make it quite clear for those of you that are brand new to the industry and you're navigating the online world, the thing we're trying to establish with a personal brand is that it's yours to control. You can't control your company. Your company could even go under. Your company could kick you out. Like, you have no control over that, but you do have control over you, the person that you want to be on social media, the love that you want to give to your fans and followers, that you can control. And you can either have a red hot crack at it and really hone in on that right now at the perfect time to do this, or you can ignore it and coast along on social media, not knowing what value you're bringing, what message you're doing, and wasting time. Those of you that know me well, what are the 2 things that I really dislike? 2 things I really dislike. We'll see who knows me that well. What are the 2 things that I really dislike? So I'm just going back to some comments here. Crystal, yes, consistency. I'm loving telling more stories on my lives and my content. Telling stories lets people get to know you, who you are, what's important to you, those kind of things. So we want to build, be generally authentic and genuine, as well as giving good value. So we need to balance the 2. Sounds very familiar. Yes, I'm getting it. Again, now I have to start implementing. And that's what it's all about. You can listen to this stuff and do nothing about it, but that's not going to help you. Make it your original from somebody else's original. That's basically what I'm saying, Laurie. Like, you don't have to stress about creating all your own original content. Everything's been said before. Most of the time, around the world, everything has been said before, somewhere along the line, from a book, an article, a Google article. Most things have been said before. So there's plagiarism everywhere, if you like. Say it in your voice. What's your voice? Get here where I can. Lovely to see you, Carol. Good to see you here. Makes total sense. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, here they come. They know me. Oh, yeah, that's one, actually. Spammy messages, I don't like those. But here is it. Time and money. Wasting time and money. How many of you guys like wasting time or money? What do you think about that? So you don't want to waste time on social media because it's moving too fast around you. You know, it's just moving. Whether you're stationary in your journey, you're learning, but you're not putting any action into it. It's moving past you guys. So keep up with it. Really hone in on your personal brand. If you need help with this, I can work this through with you in the next 3 weeks in my branding course. The details are up above. You dislike coaching and people selling their product on their page. Yes, that is true, Eleanor. Very true. Spamming, asking for business, not giving value. Yes, that is true. And I've given you, I think a couple of examples in the last couple of weeks of people doing that to me. And I told you yesterday, it really disappointed me with birthday messages. Like a lot of people use birthday messages to connect with people, and I think that's awesome. But to tack on the end of a birthday message, oh, by the way, would you like to look at my business opportunity? It just puts a real downer on a birthday message for me. I don't know about how do you guys feel about that? It's just like you are only using the fact that it's my birthday to get me in the door of your business. And I think that's really insincere. So yeah, there's a few things that I dislike, but wasting time and money is 2 things that I really dislike doing. I hate doing things twice. Which sometimes, like when you're on a computer and you lose all your stuff and you got to do it all again, that kind of stuff. People spam others, and damn, it's disappeared from my brain. Oh, good, Michael. What a coincidence. I only spoke about wasting time on a Zoom yesterday. Did you, Anna? Time is precious, guys. We want to utilize it for good. Hey, Jamie. Forcing me to buy products I don't need and sending me unsolicited messages, and I don't even know who they are. Yeah. Big dislike in the industry. And that's why we have a bad rap, guys. If people never did that and didn't utilize social media for the wrong reasons, their own self-interest, we wouldn't have the reputation that we have today. So there's a lot to, that as well. I keep getting hey girl messages from previous video challenge. Really? That's disappointing because people in the video challenge should know better, Crystal. That's disappointing. That seems funny that they would do both on your birthday. I know. Isn't that just, I mean, a majority of people didn't, but there were a few that did that in the same message. Happy birthday. And by the way, would you like to look at my stuff? My mom always used the OHIO rule, only handle it once. Yeah, I agree with that. Can I have some of those hey girls? You want a hey girl message, do you, Rick? What do they say to guys? Hey, mate. Oh, that's a very Australian thing, though. Maybe, yeah, that's an interesting one, Rick. What do they say to guys? Wow, that is I know, disappointing things happening in the industry, but, especially at this time. Anyway, I'll get off my high horse with that. But what I really want to hone into you guys is we want to build you. We want to build you on a profile. There is never a better time where engagement is up on all social media platforms because of where people are and what they're doing around the world. So utilize that to your advantage, but hone in. When you niche down what it is that you are doing, what it is you're offering, what you advocate for, what you can help people with, that is building a personal brand. It's not about your company. Like building a personal brand is about you. Remember, I say this often, think of Oprah. Oprah can become famous interviewing other people. It doesn't matter what she does now. She can hold up a pen. The pen will go flying off the shelves. She can hold up maybe not in this point in time, but maybe have a sail to a cruise and everybody's on the cruise. Maybe not at the moment, given. But, she built a personal brand on other people's stuff, other people's information, but it's her that's come to the table. It's her that's delivered the messages. It's her, it's her own personal brand. That's what you want for you guys, your own personal brand, and you exist without your company. And you can turn that into whatever you want to when you got hundreds of thousands of followers. How does that sound, guys? You can create a course, make income. You can write a book, make income. You can have people filtering into your network marketing business, no problem. You can build and build and build and build when you build your own personal brand, but do it now. Do it now. and tighten up now, niche down now, get your message and your branding right and deliver really good value. And remember, when you are valuable, you make more money. So become valuable on social media. So from Andrew's perspective, he's saying it's never more important now. So I couldn't agree more. So those tips that I gave you are coming from him, not me, but I agree with everything that he said. And this is like perfect timing. If you guys really need to hone in on your brand, you just honestly don't know what you're doing, please join my branding course next week. It's cheap, guys. It's worth the investment to get the foundation of your business on social media, because everything grows from that foundation. Okay. All right. So I've talked long enough again. So don't forget everything that's in the description above. The video challenge is starting on the 1st of May. That is free for 21 days. The branding course starts next week. Those of you in my coaching community, you get a big discount for that. So message me for the link. And what was the other thing? Oh, my birthday specials. So if you want to take advantage of getting in my coaching community while you can and getting access to all the training, because I'm about to move to a web-based platform and that'll be all closed off. All those boot camps will be closed off for people moving forward. So there we have it. So I hope you have an awesome rest of the day, whatever part of the day it is for you. Thank you for joining me with my little sob story about Orlando, but it's all good. I'm here with you. I get to share my days with you while I'm here. So that's pretty awesome. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be physically looking early next week after 3 nights of 12:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. And try to still operate and be a mum and everything else during the day. Like, I'm just not sure how that's going to work out. But maybe I'll take you along the journey with me. How would that be if I just keep you updated on my page here? Like, well, I can't really take a selfie when I'm asleep at my computer when I'm meant to be attending the training. We'll see how that goes. But I'll talk to you guys same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, crew.